Hey Zombie Slayers, Jonathan here at Night Knowledge, coming at you with another co-op episode of State of Decay 2 in Lethal Zone difficulty. Today I'm joined with some very skilled players, Halcyon Ways and Exotic. While now normal in-game voice chat isn't working properly, our goal in today's video is clear. We're going to take out the majority of infestations on the map, preferably avoiding any plague hearts. We're going to help other enclaves and hopefully recruit and add more survivors to my community. And finally, I want to loot as much as possible so we can move to a bigger base. There was an infestation by the cafe or the little hut, the espresso hut, but if you saw, there was a Juggernaut there, and that's the thing. I want to play in Lethal Zone with my friends, but at the same time, I don't want to give them too much risk because I felt like when people were joining my games, they were probably getting plague a lot, and because we don't have voice comms, or not all of us have voice comms, I don't know whether they're catching the plague like I am. And as a host, I think a good Lethal Zone host is someone that is providing plague cures to them. So what you're going to see me do later on in this video, I'm going to try to load up the trunk with some plague cures so that if for whatever reason people get the plague and, you know, I can't make an outpost, that at least there's a plague cure in the trunk. Let's pick up this plague sample while we're at it. We're tackling an infestation over here instead. And after helping my friend Fork Emphasis with his Lethal Zone community, I actually earned quite a few rewards. I earned a lot of influence, which is very important. I also got a bit of ammo.
I'll be there shortly.
But I also got a lot of miscellaneous loot, so it was actually worth helping my friends in Lethal Zone with my lethal community. Okay. So we are going to go help this community over here. And instead of taking the main road, I'm actually going to take the back on the rails. And I think there is a fuel station up in front, so I'm going to go there first. Someone's gun sounds really loud, but I think despite it sounding really loud, it actually doesn't attract too many zombies. So that's very important. As I've said many times, noise is so important. And this is actually, I believe, this is my Red Talon character. So she has special perks or skills. I had forgotten, like, why am I using this blunt weapon? And it's because her specialization gives you the Grand Slam ability. So for PC, I believe it's shift and then the melee attack, and it will knock down any enemies, which is very important in Lethal Zone. Let's move the car up a little bit closer. And also, normally I don't like driving the pickup, but it's great when you are playing multiplayer, especially when it's more than 2 people, because people can not only get into the back cab, they can also get into the what's it called, the flatbed as well. So you can actually have 6 people in your car. So these guys want ammo. Unfortunately, actually this team actually does have quite a bit of ammo, but I don't want to use any of it, and I don't want to turn my ammo into rucksacks. So Exotic wants to attack that enemy enclave, or that hostile enclave, and normally I wouldn't tackle it myself, especially with only a crossbow, but both Exotic and Halcyon Ways are very good players, and they have more supplies than I do. So it looks like we're gonna tackle it. And see, if you don't have voice communications, you always have the quick chat wheel, as you saw that I used. So we're gonna do our best to avoid hitting straight on any zombies, because vehicles are supposed to take a lot less damage and although I have a repair kit, I don't want to risk it. So we're gonna move a little bit closer, but still not move too close to the enemy enclave, because as you saw, there's always gonna be zombies that are nearby. So we're gonna clear the area, make sure that there's no zombies behind us, because that's the last thing you need. That's you don't want a zombie to like latch onto you while the enemy enclave is shooting at you. And that's the thing, they can get like those lucky headshots and you'll be dead, just like that. And I don't even know if that bolt hit the guy, but he's down, or he's in trouble now. Careful. Like I shoot once and we'll be down. Let's get that bolt back. That's the thing in Lethal Zone. Whereas in Green Zone, to make a stack of crossbow bolts, it costs only like two materials. But on Lethal Zone, it's costing me five materials, which is insane. You'll notice that when I loot these guys, I'm really lucky. I'm finding all these open range pack, like pack specific gear, which is really amazing. And there's a lot of stuff to actually pick up. So I might actually, despite having looted here before, I might actually turn this into an outpost temporarily. Just looking for that last body. 1, 2, 3, there it is. Let's see what this guy has. And see, look at that. Every single body had an open range pack weapon. So we actually, it's a lot. So between the videos, I had upgraded my command post, which gives you outpost slots. Plus, I installed a satellite, so it gives you one more outpost. So we should turn this into an outpost so that people can restock, and then also put away all the loot that I'm picking up. And as a host, I think that's your responsibility, especially without voice comms. You gotta kind of anticipate the needs of your friends or of your party. So I'm making outposts. Hopefully, that's kind of what they needed. There is the Xbox overlay, but I don't want to like interrupt the gameplay with that too much. But they're pretty good. They can see that I've pinged the fruit stand up north. So I'll get into the car, get a little closer. They'll be able to hear the car most likely. And since we've cleared the area, it's kind of safe to do it. Okay. I don't know if any of you have played the new Cyberpunk 2077. For me, obviously, I'm playing it on PC. I'm not playing on a console, but the driving in Cyberpunk is horrible, to be honest. Like, the first car you get is horrible because it fishtails a lot, and you don't understand how good the driving actually is in State of Decay 2 when you play it or other games that has driving. So in this community, I obviously don't have too many resources versus my party members, which has a lot more. So I just try to help out as much as I can in terms of, like, if there's extra zombies I can kill, maybe I'll do Overwatch, and while they're concentrating on, like, oh, see, there's a feral. So let's see what I can do to help. I can at least be between the feral and my friends so that they can shoot it like they did. And see, that's the thing, the difference between a normal feral and these blood ferals is that the normal feral, you're scared initially when you hear them scream, but then you just let them come to you, and they'll just beeline to you, and all you have to do is get that headshot. Even if you face off against a triple feral, that's nothing. You know, I'd rather face off against a triple feral any day versus one blood feral, because you need to get at least, I feel, 5 to 6 headshots. So let's loot this, and then we're gonna head out. And it looks like the trunk is getting filled. So let's see where we'll head next. So there's a ton of plague hearts, and there's that one infestation in the southwest, but that's where the Juggernaut was. I think Halcyon Ways is getting the bloater there. Unfortunately, only worth 2 influence, but you know, every bit of influence helps. But what I was saying was, I'm not really aiming to tackle plague hearts, because despite it being 3 of us, which is great, and I'm with really great players, I don't want to cause them unnecessary, you know, using of resources. So I am heading to a shed, and I'm hoping that there are more rucksacks. Basically, that's my other goal today. I want to get more resources so that I can either have the resources to move to a new base, or at least I can upgrade some buildings. Got to be careful too before going into the shed. Like, there'll always be a ton of zombies that are attracted. And it's not always about just swinging wildly, because as you saw in that little scrum right there, my friends, they all were tackling their own guys, and I held back on swinging so that they can finish off their guy. Because if you keep swinging, then you'll interrupt them, and then they'll stop, and then they'll interrupt you. So once again, I'm getting full. So let's, you know, it's not the best to just be using your influence just to make outposts left and right, but you know what? It's like there's a lot to loot right here. And I just got a great facility mod. I'm doing it really quick, but there's that fertilizer, and that'll help if I ever make a farm. But I don't know whether that's something I'm going to be making in this community. I might actually, for the first time ever, concentrate on morale boosting facilities. And that's because in Lethal Zone, you have a minus 30 debuff. Permanent debuff. So let's keep looting. Got another rucksack, which is fantastic. I don't want to alert the devs, but I thought I read in the patch notes with Lethal Zone that you're supposed to find a lot less loot. So in my experience so far, I don't really notice a difference. Maybe in like the bottom or the pure southwest part of the map, there will be absolutely nothing. But right now I'm doing okay, and I'm finding a good amount of resources. And my guy's tired now, so let me just give them 1 crossbow, and we'll switch to Fiona, I believe. When I have time, I'll switch to the new ugly sweaters that are available. Once again, if you log in between now, December 18th, to I believe January 2nd, 5 ugly Christmas sweaters will be added to your closet. And a little spoiler, 4 are not that great, but 1 is really nice, and we'll show that. So let's loot here too. But as you can see, we have like 6 zombies coming in. And a Juggernaut. So I'm ringing the horn. Halcyon Ways probably like Halcyon and Exotic probably could have done it, but once again I don't want to play too risky. You know, I want this to be a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit less stressful. And it's not like the Juggernaut's giving us too much resources. If I had maybe 1 more person, I would feel confident taking on that Juggernaut, but remember, the Juggernaut is going to yell as well, which will call in more additional zombies. So I believe I saw an infestation next to the medical station, so we're going to go there next. And actually, I forgot, but over that hill to the left, there is a place which could have a special weapon case. And I should have done that, but... Okay, so we're gonna park up the street. In case anything ever bad happens, we have an escape plan. And actually, it is the medical place. Oh, so once again, let's try to help clear the ads, make sure people that with guns and more ammo can take out the guys. Looks like there's only screamers left, which I don't see anywhere.
Just a bunch of useless junk. Yeah, pipe down, freak.
Still one more screamer, and actually there was a bloater inside there too. So I might need to make this into an outpost, so in case. And see, look, there's a plague heart right there. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Oh, okay. So there's another enemy enclave. So since we took out one before, I guess we'll take out another one. Once again, I'm relying on Exotic and Halcyon to do the majority of it. Thank you very much. But there is a lot of guys here, so that's going to be dangerous. I'm going to move up a little bit. A little bit too dangerous because there's plague hearts everywhere still. We must. I think we cleared out at least 3 plague hearts in this area already, but there's still like 3 more nearby. So we move up. I got to be careful behind myself too because we might have a crowd. So there's one. Okay, there's one. And I want to loot this garage there, but looks like Exotic is determined on possibly taking out the plague hearts or that group. I saw a feral too, I think. Get that plague sample. So there's the feral, and the best I can do is stun it a little bit. Let's see if, yep, they drop the... I love how crossbow bolts will drop. But this is the tricky thing. Without voice communications, I can't tell them, hey, let's concentrate on the enemy enclave, because Exotic is now heading, I think... No? Okay, Exotic's going to the enclave, but I think we're going to try to hit the plague hearts afterwards. So they're actually not in the house, but they're in the shed.
I am so done looking at your stupid face.
There's one down. It's tricky, this next part. I'm gonna release one of my outposts, and I'm gonna turn this into an outpost. People can heal up. People can maybe change their characters if they need to. There's a lot of bodies for me to. There's a lot of bodies for me to loot, so that's great. And I don't believe I looted the house. I think I might have. Let's take a look at the house, anyways. Even if there are no containers, the reason why I do this is that by scouting out the location like I just did, it creates kind of like a safety bubble so that less zombies or not as many zombies spawn in that bubble that we created. So there are the 2 plague hearts right there, right next to each other, which is crazy. I don't really want to tackle that, but we might actually do it. I kind of want to, I prefer just the loot. But that's something that we need to do eventually. And we're on a pretty good roll right now. I really shouldn't have used that crossbow on that one guy. So there is the police station right there, and looks like there's still some containers that I haven't looted. So there's always a good chance for better gear. So I'm gonna go there and loot. But this is where it's dangerous, because Halcyon and both Exotic are far away from me. If I get caught by like a feral, I'm basically SOL. So let's take a look. It looks like I've actually looted most of the containers in this place. And I can't seem to see that last container. So let's look in the usual spots. Let's check this big back room. And there isn't anything in here. There it is. So it's not in this room. Okay. I don't think there'll be anything good in a little case. Yeah. But you know what? Normally I would sigh if it was crossbow bolts, but in this game, oh, so see, Exotic has actually started attacking the the double play cards. So Halcyon's probably at our outpost over here and is loading up, and I'm gonna load up as well. Throw my loot in there and hopefully bring something to help. I should bring a gun, but I don't have very many silencers. That's something I'm lacking right now. And I don't want people to give me silencers. That'd be fantastic, but I want to kind of play a little bit, you know, I want to play in a way like my way, which is, you know, play for real, you know, struggle a little bit. So I'll bring extra bolts and maybe a smoke bomb. I don't know how much that'll help. I brought an energy drink so that most likely I'm gonna have to fight a lot of zombies, so I want to have the stamina to be able to do that. Because I won't be able to really help too much with the feral, but at least I can help kill the ferals. And let's probably drink one of those energy drinks now. There we go. That'll increase the regeneration rate, which is great. So Exotic is playing smart, staying on top of the car, and as you can see, there are some ferals around there. And I can't really kill the feral unless I get a lucky shot, but I can stun it. And that scares me. That's the bouncing Boris grenade. Oh, and there's one plague card destroyed. But remember, you kill a plague card, it doesn't kill the plague zombies in the area. They'll still stay there. So let's help kill. There we go. Oh, but there's a feral around here. Let's help. But now there's too many in this area. This is very dangerous. I lost half my health in that one hit. I've got like half plague 2, so I'm gonna run out. And I hit right in the face with a crossbow, and that was enough. So see, help when you can, or help any way that you can. So, okay, let's heal myself. And actually, let's turn this into a base right next door, literally right next door to a plague cart. It won't stop the spawning, but at least we can get our resources, and there'll be a ton of stuff here to loot. We'll loot this area afterwards. So I'll just empty it quickly, do some looting. I'll loot the plague heart 2.
Could be worse.
What do we got in here? Ooh, that is the Wily Willies, which is a very good grenade for plague hearts. Usually one's enough, but in this higher difficulty, it isn't. One thing about the Wily Willy is that it does a lot of damage over time, and it does make the area very smoky. So we're gonna find inside these buildings, it's gonna become very smoky, like as you can see right now. But we're okay. Although we have to worry about possibly a feral spawning. So we've got a nice assault rifle, which is fantastic. thank them for their hard work. So we got another rucksack, which I'll have to take to my car. But now that I've looted the plague heart, that means my party members can loot from it as well. So hopefully they'll loot that for me. In a lower difficulty game, I would totally empty my backpack so I can loot as much as possible and then just run back and forth. So that's another rucksack. Okay, we'll loot here. Nothing too interesting. Oh. And that's the thing, I don't think there's friendly fire with fire. It like you'll look like you're taking damage, but I don't think you take damage from it. Or take injuries at least. Now let me see if I can get to the car. Oh, and it looks like we need to defend our home. We have enough ammunition resource, but I don't like wasting it. So there's some more plague samples, fantastic. What's in this bookshelf? That's a facility mod that allows you to hold, I think, water, or gives you water. Don't really care too much about that. Although that would give me morale, so I should remember to equip that facility mod. And that's the one with the rucksack. So let's see. So I'm gonna go ping the car. Hopefully my friends see it. But you know what? Yeah, we got time. We got time. Okay.
At least that didn't bring an audience.
Okay. What I'm really liking, I'm finding a lot of luxury items which I can use to sell for influence. Some more scrap. Let's put it away. Great. Nope. Let's see. So that comfy chair will give some morale, but I think I'm going to install the bolt crafter instead. And let's see. I don't think my medical station has any better facility mods. So I have a facility mod that gives me more medicine, but my farm is geared towards food right now. So I'll equip my fertilizer, which will increase the yield by 50%. Every little bit helps, and that means I don't need to scavenge for food as much. And food isn't actually as plentiful as in terms of rucksacks as I'd hope for.
Let's hope the next one's a winner.
Okay, so I think it's time to get to the car. Gotta watch out for my infection levels. Also gotta be careful that no like ferals spawn between here and the car. I think I'll be okay. I think we're doing pretty good. Pretty good in this video. Okay, so let's move back a little bit. And... okay, so exotics in. Let's move a little bit closer. Okay. By the way, if anyone knows how to use the GeForce experience in terms of recording and also to capture voice on Discord, please let me know in the comments below. I would really love to be able to capture my party members' conversations while we play. I obviously believe it'd be more immersive, but I can't seem to figure it out. I don't want to spend too much time trying to figure it out. I'd rather just play, get you guys some good content instead. So let me know if you know maybe what settings I'd have to do to be able to capture the Discord conversations as well, because I tried it before with my friends and it didn't work.
Come on, people, let's fight.
Okay, so time to defend the base, and you know what? I want to put put my ammo rucksack away, but this is I'm saving this for an actual quest. And I'm so silly. I could have just, because that car was parked, I could have just deposited from the trunk there, but that zombie distracted me. And I spent, I think, 3 or 5. I think I spent 3 plague samples to then, to fix my infection. I feel like by dropping off rucksacks, you really help the contribution levels of your visitors. So if you ever can, don't always drop off all of your rucksacks all at one time. Maybe save the rucksacks for when your party is formed. You can drop off a rucksack so they immediately earn some rewards. They won't obviously get it in game, but next time they play with their community in their own game, they'll have those rewards waiting for them. But it's always nice to like immediately join a game and then have rewards immediately for you. So they were able to kill most of it for me, or most of the zombies for me. Thank you very much.
Okay, this is as excited as you're ever gonna see me.
I have a feeling Fiona's going to get tired soon. I might need to switch her out. There's still that infestation there. There's a screamer over there. Tons of plague hearts over there. But I do want to get the ammo back, because something I am noticing with Lethal Zone, or at least with the most recent patch, the side quests are disappearing much faster. They used to last a lot longer, but obviously that didn't make any sense. You know, people can't wait that long. Just taking a look, no one has infection, which is so rare. So what I want to do is I want to grab that sack and we're going to put it back into the trunk for now, and I'm going to deposit my other rucksacks. And I just realized that once again I could have just deposited that rucksack into the Jeep trunk and deposited from there. So gas, I'm quite sure I'm low on gas, so let's put that away. Let's deposit it, and those once again are big contributors for my visitors. So next time they join their own game, they will hopefully have a lot of rewards for themselves. Once again, big thanks to Halcyon Ways and Exotic for joining me today. But also, you know, like, I'm having a lot of fun with all the new people I've added to my friends list. You know, sorry if we haven't played together yet. It's kind of tricky because I am, like, despite all the complaints about Cyberpunk, I love that game, and it runs half decent on my computer. So I'm having fun. And the only real bug that I encountered in Cyberpunk for PC is that once in a while, like once every 100 things I have to loot, that one thing I can't pick up off the ground. Usually something that is placed by the actual devs, like they've placed an item. Is not actually loot from an enemy, but it's an actual thing to loot that they've placed, and I can't loot it. But and usually in most games it's just a matter of angles, like angling, just like State of Decay. You have to kind of like angle sometimes to pick up or interact with the right thing. So those guys are fighting a Juggernaut, and I actually want to go help. But like I was saying, that's the only big bug that I've encountered in Cyberpunk, which is the inability to pick up an item, but only 1 in every 100 things I have to loot, and it's never like a legendary item. You know, it's always going to be a common item, and there's so much loot in the game that it doesn't matter. Like oh no, I can't pick up one thing. It's like that's 50 credits, and I have like at one point I had 200,000 credits, and I had already spent 100,000 just on a respec. So let's take the back roads and drop off that ammo rucksack before those people get upset. And these guys are friendly, so maybe they'll turn allied, and then I can recruit someone, because that was one of the goals today. So we're gonna drive right up to the enclave. I have to speak with Rail, I believe. I hope in State of Decay 3 that you can fully customize your survivors and any future survivors you get, because I like that's the thing about one of my favorite games, Wildermyth. I know it's not a popular video in my series, but in Wildermyth I get to fully customize my characters. So I'll name them after my friends, even make it look like them, and I feel like there's more attachment to them. So if, like in State of Decay, one of my survivors die, yes, that's devastating. But if it was like yourself or your friends that you customized, then that's even worse. Like you love them even more.
Hi.
So let's learn about these guys. She has craftsmanship, not the best skill, not the best community skill, but in your first higher difficulty mode where you're trying to unlock boons and you don't have like those legacy boons like free electricity or extra gear at the beginning, craftsmanship is actually not bad to have.
Yeah, no, that's not a thing.
So I believe we're going to head back to base now. We're going to drop her off, and actually instead of taking the road, we're going to actually just stick by the rails, because the great thing about this bridge fort is that you can just follow these rails and it takes you straight there.
I'll do it. Let's get down to business.
There are a lot of zombies, but we can avoid them. Okay, so let's park. Here we go. And what I realized is that that person I just recruited, she actually walked. She didn't actually come with us. There she is. Rails. So let's take a look at no bad traits, which is fantastic. I picked up a Red Talon operator, and one of her traits was your whole community has 25% chance more to get infections. That's horrible. That's like the absolute worst thing. I have to get rid of her, but she cost me 2,700 what's it called, prestige, which I got, which is hard earned from doing Daybreak, the horde mode.
Sure.
Okay, so let's take a look. Let's get some plague cures created. So I'm just taking a look. When you don't have the pathology community perk, which is a medicine, I believe a medicine specialization, because pathology makes making plague cures cheaper. When you don't have any medicine or any skill for that, then whether you make one plague cure or the box of plague cures, which is 4 plague cures inside, there's no difference. So if you need to make one, you make the one. If you need to make the box, it doesn't matter. And there's rails coming. So as you can see, a good host will put at least one plague cure in the car trunk for your visitors. Too bad I didn't do it earlier, but we also didn't attack too many plague carts. So there is a wandering trader. So I've loaded my guy up with some luxury goods. Let's open the trunk. Let's refill on gas. Better to come prepared, because you never know, maybe we get hit by a horde and you know, you don't have the time to refill on gas, even though I believe filling up on gas is faster now. I'd love to see, just like fast looting, I'd love to be able to see the ability to fast fill up gas and fast repair, with obviously the chance of either making noise and maybe having to start all over again, or maybe losing some of the repairing that you're doing, or wasting some of the gas that you're refilling. Okay, so the trader's coming up. Maybe there'll be some cool, like, what I've been aiming for is good facility mods. And there's a huge horde there, so we're gonna have to take care of that first. And that's the thing, my team is full of very, oh crap, barrel. And see, I don't have the capability to do that. So while they're focusing on that, I'm gonna try to take out the ads, but I'm having a hard time doing that. My guy's injured, and we got some armored Zeds, and at least I can make them follow me while they take care of the feral. But if I took out even one guy, I'm probably gonna get hit. Nope, mistake. That was a mistake. Now I have no stamina. I have almost no health. Nope, that was a mistake. That was a mistake because Zeds can pull you off that flatbed part. So if anything, I should try to jump onto the top of the car. That would have been better. And now I got the plague, or the plague. And see, that's why you always want to have some with you. And who knows, I think my friends might have the plague as well, so I should turn the house nearby into an outpost.
You got something for me?
Let's trade, let's make some influence. Let's see what they got.
Hey, what's up?
Ooh, nice.
Later.
So rucksacks are always helpful.
Hey, what's up?
And let's go ahead and turn, let's put this in the trunk and probably turn the house into an outpost, and then we can sell all the extra luxury items and extra backpacks that we've been picking up.
Hey you, come here a second.
There we go.
Location is secure,
And
guys.
if any of my
Thank me later.
party members have the plague, at least we can heal up. So I think we're actually going to end the video right here. I'm basically just going to go back and forth with the trader, and like as you can see, I have tons and tons of backpacks, tons and tons of luxury goods. I'm gonna sell it all, and let's just take a look at the trader to see if anyone bought anything, because if they bought even a few things, he should have tons of influence. Yeah, like over 2,000 influence. And I see some ammo presses, so that's always helpful. And helpful thing that I tested was that the armory, which is the warlord specialty building or leader building, it builds the same amount of bullets than an ammo press. So it's not like the armory makes more ammo. It just allows you to build all the ammo as well as specialty explosives. But we're going to end the video right here. Once again, big thanks goes out to Halcyon Ways and Exotic for joining me, making it fun, making it easy. And as always, I hope to play with you, you know, people I haven't played with or people I haven't played with recently, and we can have some fun. Check out the rest of my channel for other videos on State of Decay 2, video games, board games, and other fun things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.